It is Tuesday night, meaning it's time for Pub Politics once again. The gang's all here. Wes Donahue on the Republican side, Phil Bailey on the Democratic side. We're a little laid back this week. It's still kind of 4th of July hangover.
It's summertime in Columbia.
It is summertime as well. It's hot outside, so I think this works.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. By the way, speaking of hot, a lot of state Democrats were hot earlier this week outside the Arts Commission. Phil, you wouldn't have happened to have anything to do with that, by the way, would you?
I rustled up the press for that.
You got a good press crowd out there. We're talking about Governor Haley's vetoes. And there were more than 80 of them. We're not going to go over them one by one on this show. We don't want to put everyone to sleep. But a couple of them stuck out, including eliminating funding for 2 state agencies, including the Arts Commission, which is where the Democratic lawmakers were protesting on Monday. Just a quick little background. She vetoed funding for these 2 agencies. In her opinion, she thinks these agencies are redundant. It's the Arts Commission and the Sea Grants Consortium. And she also says that it should be up to the individual taxpayers where the money goes, what charities want to give the money to. Obviously, the Democrats, the lawmakers who were out there on Monday, disagree with her take on cutting that funding.
Yeah, I mean, we do. And, you know, the arts in South Carolina represent a huge portion of the state's economy, roughly over $9 billion of economic activities associated with the arts in South Carolina. Arts are used for catalysts for revitalizing downtowns all across South Carolina. Look at the Vista Main Street here in Columbia. It's vital. It's something that we think should be funded. It's not just handing out grants, as Wes is probably going to say, so people can finger paint. This
stole my line.
This is something that it's an agency that offers. It's kind of a mentoring program for artists outside in the state of South Carolina. A lot of folks who don't have business skills. I mean, people who are artists. That gives them an opportunity to go find grants or find business development opportunities all across South Carolina, and that's why we think the agency is important.
And I think a key concern too for you guys was also that because it's after July 1st, the fiscal year has started, the 40 employees for these agencies are currently out of job, right?
And I mean, yesterday we did the press conference outside because the doors were locked. You couldn't actually get into the Arts Commission office. Senator Vincent Shaheen said yesterday, we would have loved to have been inside, but Nikki Haley shut the doors.
Wes, Republicans, fair or not, will get a reputation sometimes of hating the arts. Republicans are anti-art, things like that. Is this a fair knock? Is that knock fair in this particular instance? I mean, is Governor Haley anti-arts? Is that why this is happening?
No, unless Republicans don't hate arts. I love arts. I also love cotton candy and corn dogs, okay? But that doesn't mean government should fund them. Phil called it vital. This isn't a vital service. Government is there for the greater good to come together to fund something they couldn't fund themselves, such as the military, transportation, education, okay? The arts does not fall into that category. It falls into the category of a charity, much like a church would. This is not a vital service, and if you're going to have to cut spending somewhere in state government, this is a place to cut it. I don't like it. I love arts, but it's not vital.
I mean, what the Arts Commission does also is programs all across South Carolina in schools, in public schools, and studies have shown that kids who are involved in the arts have higher academic achievement levels, graduate on time, don't drop out. I mean, there's tremendous benefits that are associated with the arts.
Wes, on this show, you give Governor Haley credit for job creation, although. Right now, because it's in the fiscal year, this is technically 40 jobs that have gone away. Now, we should say that the House and the Senate coming back next week, they can override these vetoes, which they did last year.
They probably will again.
Put these people back to work. But still, does it look bad on the surface, though, for the governor with these 40 people out of work?
Listen, the governor has made her mistakes, but the one place she's excelled is economic development and job creation. But I don't ever hear any Republicans going out there saying we're going to make the government itself create jobs. Nobody wants to grow government to create jobs. We want to create jobs in the private sector. So no, let's go out and try to get these 40 people a job in the private sector and reduce the size of government.
We're talking about a small number of people here, but arts in general in South Carolina, 78,000 people, 78,000 jobs are associated with the economic impact of the arts in South Carolina.
Guys, pubpoliticslive.com is the website for Wes and Phil. Check them out. You can find out where they're going, where they've been, who they're going there with. There's a lot of stuff on pubpoliticslive.com. Also every Tuesday right here on Watch Fox News at 10. Guys, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.